9th standard. So this is our last topic in your second P, that is chapter 2 in section B. So this is your acceleration time graph. So a graphical representation is one of the most beautiful way to express about the given motion, and it is also one of the easiest way to obtain the details from the given tabulation. Okay, so first look into your acceleration time graph. So as we do regularly, we will take time along your x-axis and acceleration along your y-axis. So that is how we plot. Now remember, this graph has a greater importance because using your acceleration time graph, I can obtain my velocity values, I can also obtain my displacement values, provided it depends upon certain circumstances. Okay, so first case 1. Okay, case 1 is if at all you're going to have your uniform velocity. If the particle is going to travel in uniform velocity, now look at this graph, and an object is traveling with uniform velocity. Let me take the velocity as 10. So for each second it is going to travel in a velocity, that's uniform velocity 10. So when the velocity is uniform, is it possible for you to have an acceleration? No. The answer is no. Now listen. So what is your acceleration formula? V minus u by t. Okay, so I'm going to calculate the acceleration at this instant. When the time is 1 second, your velocity is 10. When the time is 2 seconds, the velocity is 10. So calculate here. So 10 minus 10. So obviously it will become 0. Yes or no? It is 2 minus 1, 1. So here acceleration is 0. So whenever an object is traveling in uniform velocity, you will have the acceleration as 0. So that is why I have given a broader line indicating your acceleration will just coincide along your x-axis. It will be completely 0. So in this case, your acceleration graph will be 0. So it will be coinciding along your x-axis. It is not parallel, it will coincide with your x-axis. In your previous velocity time graph and all, we saw it will be parallel, yes or no, but here it is coinciding. It will be just on line with your x-axis. So this is a case of your uniform velocity. Now next one. So if at all the object is going to travel with a velocity which is keep on increasing, okay, the velocity it's going to increase in this manner, in that case you will have uniform acceleration. Listen, for 1 second it is being 1, or let me take it as 10, this is 20, 30, 40. When the time is equal to 1 hour, the velocity is 10. When it is becoming 2 hours, it is becoming 20. When it is 3 hours, it is becoming 30, 4, 40. Can you see it is gradually increasing by 10 factors? Yes or no? Here it is increased by 10, again by 10, so again by 10, which means it is in a uniform acceleration. So when the time is 1 hour, it is in 10. When time is in 2 hours, it is also in 10. When the time is 3 hours, acceleration is 10. When the time is 4 hours, acceleration is 10. You can just verify. Again, what is your formula? V minus u by t. I'm going to take for this both. Okay, let me take it for this both, 2 and 3. When the time is 2, what is your initial velocity? 20. When the time is 3, what is your final velocity? 30. Therefore 30 minus 20 divided by 3 minus 2, therefore 10 by 1. So you can calculate for anything and you will always find it is going to be in a straight line. So here you can say it is parallel to your x-axis. So if it is parallel to x-axis, it is in uniform acceleration. Got it? It is in uniform acceleration. So how do I find this? Okay, I can also find just by multiplying it. Remember, I want to find the velocity between this both quantity 2 and 3. Now what should I do? If I want to find the velocity, I have to take the area. Yes, you are right, because A is equal to V minus u by t. I want to find the velocity between this plotted area. Let me take it as A, B, C, D. If I want to find between this plotted area, now what should I do? I have to multiply them. Therefore A into t will give my value of V minus u. You got it? Yes or no? Look at this graph. First let me calculate the area for this triangle OAP. So area of a triangle, half into base into height. Base is 1 and the height is 10. Therefore you will get 5 meter. So write it down. When time is equal to 1, the displacement is 5 meters. So calculate for the next triangle. So this is your next triangle, OBQ. Now what is the base here? 2. What is the height here? 20. Therefore half into 2 into 20, that is 20 meters, because 2 and 2 will get cancelled, you will get 20. So you can note it down for this one, that is 20 meters. So similarly for the next graph, you will get OCR. So OCR, 3, base is 3, height is 30. Therefore half into 3 into 30, if you cancel this, you will be getting 45 meters. So once when you look into it, and if you plot this, you will find it is going to find your time is actually appearing to be in terms of square. You will always find your time is appearing to be in terms of square. So it comes just by your formula. Velocity is nothing but V by T. I'm just taking velocity is V by T. Now what is my V value? It will become S by T. Substitute here, A is equal to V into 1 by T. Now what is your V value? S by T into 1 by T. Therefore A is equal to S by T square. So you can obtain the graph in this format only. So A is equal to S by T square. That is why we are getting T square as in the form of 1, 4, 9, 16. So it will be in square numbers, and this is in your displacement. Why? Because we are obtaining all these from your acceleration time graph. Therefore your T will be taking the position of T square. Is it okay? So this part will be